Hey guys, this is Bree from the future. If you just clicked into this video and you have not read Kingdom of Ash, I highly recommend leaving, especially if you plan on reading it in the near future. This is full of spoilers. These are my reactions as I am reading throughout the week, and you will be spoiled. So if you don't want to be spoiled, leave, come back later, and we can talk about how emotional this book made me. Okay, bye guys. Hey guys, it's Bree. I decided I'm going to do a little bit of a reading vlog for while I am reading Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas, the final book in the Throne of Glass series. Okay, if you watched my Friday reads from this week, you'll know I went to Barnes & Noble and bought this thinking they have the exclusive editions in store. For whatever reason, mine did not. They were all just the regular edition. I am 200 pages in, so 20% through this about 1,000-page monster. This book is filling me with so much anxiety. It's good. I like the writing. I'm seeing all my favorite characters, like Alid, I love her, Lorcan, Rowan, I love Rowan. Aelin, I'm starting to like Aelin again. I don't know if anybody else felt this way. I did not like her after the third book. I didn't hate her at all, but I was bored reading from her point of view, and I was just more interested in some of the other characters going on. And now that I'm reading this book, I'm starting to remember why I used to really like her and getting into this. Just Sarah J Maas writes certain speeches very well, and I think if she ever was a speechwriter, she would take over the world. She sometimes has really cheesy smut writing, but her speeches and her motivational stuff is always great and makes you just feel like you're in the book. So I'm liking it. Sometimes the Aelin parts are really hard to get through because torture, but I'm kind of sad because I don't like Lysandra as much, and I think that's because all of her chapters are happening with Aiden, who I just never did like, and that kind of sucks. I'm hoping it gets better. I hope they all have a happily ever after. 20% through, nobody's happy right now. I'm really hoping that changes soon. But I will update you guys again when I get a little bit further, probably another 10-20% in. I'll do another update. Oh, hope I keep hugging this book, just hoping it all ends up okay. Okay, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. Hey guys, quick update on Kingdom of Ash. I am about 440 pages through. I am having so many emotions. This book has been so tense so far as we're building up to what I'm assuming is going to be a big fight at the end. If it's not, I'm going to be really upset. But page 268, what she does for Fenris, I was sobbing. Oh my gosh. I thought he was going to die, and then when she's in that like foggy state and she's just in the glowing light, I was crying so much. Okay, other than that, the page, I think it's 442-ish, when Lysandra wakes up after that battle that they ended up losing, and Aedion's there and he's apologizing for everything he did and saying he would never forgive himself. One's super proud of her for not just like caving and saying, "It's fine, you said sorry." And she actually stood up for herself and said, "It's not okay. It's 100% never going to be okay, what you did." But I was also crying because, he was such a jerk to her that whole time. Okay, that's my emotions right now. They're all over the place. Try not to cry thinking about it. But I will update you guys in a couple hundred more pages because it's 1,000 pages. I'll have plenty of time to update. Okay, guys. Bye. Hi guys, it's Halloween, which means I don't get to do a whole lot of reading today, and oh my goodness, there's a pup in the room. Hi. Hello. Yes. It's a good puppy. We have a visitor. Goodbye. Okay, so it's Halloween, which means I am not getting to read a whole lot because there's a lot of kids with a lot of costumes on, and I have to hand out all the candy. But I did manage to read to page 470 last night at the gym, which you've seen if you have read this, which I'm gonna put that there's spoilers all throughout this video, so I hope you've read it. the scene where Kale and Urine are together and he tells her he knows that she's pregnant. I was sitting at the gym waiting for my group to finish up, and I was the first one done, so I decided to read in the front, and of course I'm sitting there trying not to cry as they talk about building their home and surviving this battle, and there is a dog sniffing me. Hello, I love you. I love you. Yes. Oh, there's another doggy coming. There's another doggy coming. Hi, I have 2 doggies. Hi, big babies. Oh, I'm being swarmed. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay. I got a puppy butt. I got a puppy butt. There they go. So, as I'm reading that whole scene, I was crying. Trying not to cry, actually. Because I'm sitting in public. There's a whole bunch of people looking at me, first off, because I'm reading in a gym. Like, that's not normal. That gets you some weird looks. And then I'm also trying to not cry because I don't want them to die, but the book is not looking good for anybody right now. It's just me venting. But hopefully I get to page 500 and then I'll be 50% done tonight. I hope the trick-or-treaters aren't out super late. I hope. They usually are, though. So, get to do that. I'm wearing my Bella Swan jacket, if you remember this from Twilight movie, so I'm Bella tonight because I didn't have a costume. But whatever. Hopefully I can read 30 pages tonight. Hopefully, because I have to work early in the morning, so I can't stay up late. Darn. Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I am too tired right now. Okay. I love this book so much. Okay. Bye, guys. I will check in tomorrow, maybe. Maybe. Hey guys, I just finished filming my Friday reads, so if you recognize the hair and the makeup, I'm not surprised. I am 602 pages through this book. I cried at work yesterday reading it when I was reading it on my lunch, and luckily most people I work with are also bookworms, so they understood. I've cried, I think I'm up to 8 times. Cried 8 times, yep. If you have read this or are reading this, which I hope you already have if you're watching this because I give all the spoilers, Chapter 65 is the one that had me in tears, and I can't believe how much Manon has grown in this series, and I just love it so much. And then Aylin with the, whoa, like, I kind of was hating her and trying to figure out, like, I understood she went through trauma, but she was also just almost a non-character so far, and I was disappointed when I was thinking back to how much I used to love her, especially in Heir of Fire, and how much I used to just laugh so hard at her as Selena Sardathian, and just, you rooted for her, and I wasn't rooting for her as much in this book. And the one previously, I didn't enjoy reading from her perspective as much, and I kind of dreaded her chapters, which is unfortunate because Aylin and Rowan were my one couple that I was rooting for so hard and I wanted to happen. And then over time I just stopped caring as much about her character, which is unfortunate. But now that the battle happened, where was that?
That's where Kale's from. It's not Aylin. That's not where he's from. He hated Aylin. But that's not where he's from. Go to Wolford.
Okay, the battle where it's, wherever Kale's from. I cannot find the name of the place. I know it starts with an A, and I'm terrible with places' names in books. I can never remember them, and it's terrible. But when she finally tapped into her power and we realized that's why I had been absent for so long, was because she'd been, it's not burrowing. What is wrong with me? It's definitely a Friday. When she'd been tapping into, drilling into, you know what I'm talking about, going into her power, and you finally see just how far she'd gone into it and how much she had done. Oof. And then she was kind of back to, she's never gonna be this kind of carefree assassin that we all came to love in the beginning of the series, but she started to be more like herself, and maybe she'll have a spark of hope because she was dealing with trauma and the fact that she might have to die soon. But now that we see her interacting with Rowan more, and she's making jokes more, and she winks at people and is sarcastic and has all this swagger, I'm starting to have that love for her character again, and I hope it continues because I miss how much I used to just adore this character. And yeah, other than that, chapter 64 I've already reread because Alid and Lorcan, aside from when I used to root for Aelin and Rowan so much, they are my absolute favorite couple. Oh, I'm so happy. When I thought that they were never going to get together and he was going to die on the battlefield, I was sobbing. And when she rode out onto that horse and she found him against all the odds, I know I'm such a hopeless romantic for this, but the scene, I was just so happy. And she's one of my all-time favorite characters because she doesn't have all these crazy magical powers. She just is a normal person who has a really strong personality. And she's the only person that can handle how snarky and temperamental Lorcan can be. And they're just perfect together, and I like the way they balance each other. And she softens him, but she doesn't back down when he is being a jerk, basically. This book, so many feelings, so many. I have 400, a little less than 400 pages because my copy only has 980 pages total, so that would leave me with 378 pages left. I should be able to finish this by tomorrow, Saturday. I'll probably update either again tonight or in the morning tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm dreading that I'm getting so close to the end. Can you tell I don't keep the dust jacket on this when I'm reading it? It just keeps sliding out. I'm dreading the end of this chapter. Not this end of the chapter. I love when chapters end. The end of this book, the end of this series. The only thing I'll say is at least Sarah J. Maas has another new series starting next year that I'll be able to read, because I don't know what I would do with a year without a Sarah J. Maas book. I've been reading them every single year since 2012 when I was 18. 24 now. I don't want to have to find another new favorite. I mean, actually, I love new favorite authors. If you have one, let me know. But yeah, it's just fantastic. The gold color is actually growing on me. I typically can't stand yellows or golds, but this is growing on me quite a bit. Probably because this is just an amazing book, and I'm just rambling now, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this update before it gets to be like 15 minutes long. Okay, I will check in with you guys again in a little bit. I just hit my knee. Ow. This book is huge. Okay guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, it's Saturday, and last night when I last updated you, I think it was on page 602. Now I'm on page 800. Okay, so I am on page 840. I ended up last night finishing off around page 700, and then I picked up this morning, reading a little bit more, and this just looks so weird. Okay, so I ended up reading until page 700 last night, got to 840 most recently. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. I am very happy I waited to film an update and didn't do it sooner. Pages 700 to 800, oh my gosh. Sarah did not hold any punches. I was crying constantly, and not like a tear or two, like genuinely upset, sobbing. Yeah, my dog tried sitting on my lap, which she's about 80 pounds, so that didn't work out really well. But she knew I was upset, and it was a rough reading experience so far. I have 140 pages left. Yeah, 140 pages left. I definitely am going to finish it tonight. Hopefully I don't cry too much more because I have makeup on now, which I was smart in waiting to put makeup on until right before I started filming and not earlier this morning. That would have been a mistake. The sacrifice that the 13 make when she was talking, when Astrid, when she told Manon to live and then knocked her down basically, that I was screaming no in my head, but it happened anyways, and now I'm really upset, and it was awful, and yeah, so I was laughing because I had read, when I was reading the scene with Dorian and Aelin and they lock the gate, I was laughing because I had just watched Brittany, the Bibliophile's her theories for this book, that video, and she had said in there that they could both work together to close it and then neither would have to die. Which, that scene was a little anticlimactic, but I am happy it ended up the way it did. I did not want either character to die. Already too many that I liked are gone now. So I can definitely tell I'm going to have a book hangover when this is over and not know what to do and just sit staring at a wall for a while. As you can tell right now, I'm kind of in a daze about all the things that have happened just from page 600 to 840. And things still aren't looking great, and I'm worried. And I will update you once I finish. I'm hoping things end up happy, at least some of them. Okay guys, I'm gonna go film some videos. Goodbye. Okay, before I actually start reading, I am just gonna say, holding this book up, my wrist hurts. I have been reading this thing nonstop for 2 days and my wrist hurts. This book it looks much smaller, but it is heavy. Okay, now that I've complained about how much my wrist hurts, I'm going to read a chapter 2. Oh boy. Chapter 105 was actually a good one. I didn't cry because I was sad this time. Hello everyone, it is Sunday, November 4th. I finished this book last night. I didn't check in because it was really late and I was tired and just wanted to go to sleep. But I finished. This was absolutely a 5-star. Just 100% I couldn't give it any other rating other than 5 stars. I'm actually not even having a book hangover like I thought I would. I remember after I finished Air of Fire a few years ago, I couldn't pick up another book for at least a week. I was emotional, I was upset. Same with Empire of Storms for obvious reasons. But this one, I didn't get that feeling at all. I actually was very content with how it ended. I am obviously still distraught over certain scenes, like the end of the 13. That scene hit me harder than any other. I was so upset. I was audibly sobbing, and I didn't even know I liked those characters that much until that moment. It was rough. I made it through though, and this just ended really well. It wrapped up everything. I kind of wish, I've seen this in a few other people's reviews, that the epilogue had been later than it was and we got more of an update. Maybe it felt kind of like you still don't know what's going to happen. They're all happy at least, for the most part. Another thing I wish we would have seen is at least one of the weddings. The coronation, Aelin's coronation, was awesome, super great. I liked all the concepts, all the elements that we've been watching. Sorry, it is really warm in here. watching for the past 7 books come together into her coronation, and we see Aelin as she has always been underneath the surface. And that part just made me really happy to watch, and her and Rowan interacting, and she's still kind of snarky and sarcastic, and she never 100% lost that despite everything she went through. Really loved that part. Yeah, totally mad I didn't see any of the weddings though, especially Lord Lorcan's. Lord Loken? Is that how we're gonna say his name? That made me laugh. I hadn't even thought of it before. And then we know Lysandra and Aedion. I know I said his name wrong earlier. We know they're getting married. I am happy with how their relationship ended up growing. Still think he was a jerk. It wrapped up. It was a happily ever after, sort of, but we still had that brutality in the war that I appreciated, and it wasn't just a massive build-up for nothing. That would have made me very angry, very disappointed with the series. Instead, this has, with the conclusion of Kingdom of Ash, this is easily in my top 3 favorite fantasy series ever, and that's adult fantasy and YA fantasy. It's amazing how much we've grown in this world. Though, holy moly, when they mentioned that this whole series has only happened over the span of a single year, did I read that wrong? Because, holy moly, I didn't think it was that small of a time frame. If I'm wrong, please let me know, because I remember rereading that going, what did I miss? Yeah, so that was kind of crazy. I have a sore throat today, so sorry. All the Diet Coke is being had. Yeah, totally love this, love this, love this, love this so much. I just remember hugging the book at 1 in the morning when I finished reading it because I got distracted by YouTube and Netflix. Yeah, I'm sad that it's over, but I'm happy with how it ended. I'm secretly hoping at some point we get some novellas that happen afterwards. I don't count on it, but I am hopeful because that would just make my day. I want like a future one where like Aelin and Rowan's kids and Yrene and Kale's kid, like everybody's kids come together in like 20 years and we see how they all interact, because I'm sure those would be some insanely talented, snarky group of individuals. I totally want to see that though. That and how Elide and Lorcan do. And Lysandra and Aedion. I want to see everybody. I don't want it to end. Okay, let me know if you obsessed over this as much. I'm not sure if it's my favorite book I've read in 2018, but it's definitely up there. This is like the most satisfying reading experience I've had all year, though. I can say that. I am not upset about anything I read. I mean, emotionally, yes. Do I understand why it all happened the way it did? Yes. So, very happy with how this turned out. Super excited that I got to share the reading experience with you guys, hopefully. Still haven't edited anything yet. Yeah, I will post a sort of spoiler-free review and a more coherent book discussion on the channel in the next week or so. I'm also going to be writing reviews and essays on my blog, which will be linked down below if you want to check that out. I'll be putting them up over the next 2 weeks, kind of just gathering my thoughts about the different things from individual character growth to world building and the couples, the dynamics, all of that sort of thing I'll be writing about to get it out of my head. And I'm also a better writer than speaker, so hopefully those essays come out more coherently than my rambling and just how much I love this. I'm gonna have to go get, if you don't know, most of my books, I have about 2,000 books, are in storage because I live with roommates, but I might have to go dig out the other books in this. I was thinking while I was reading this, I might focus. I might eventually buy all the books in paperback because, one, I love how floppy and massive they are in paperback. Have you looked at the difference in size between the paperbacks and hardcovers? It's insane. But I think I might, once I have some extra time and feel like spending that money, I might buy each one in paperback and start annotating them, because I used to really love annotating my books. I don't like annotating hardcovers though, it's just a weird thing I do. So I might do that and just relive the whole world, because reading this, I did realize I've forgotten some things over the past couple of years, and I want to kind of re-experience that all together and read it. But yeah, I love this series so much. I'm sad it's over, but it was amazing, and I will probably reread this. I've already reread sections of it, and I've only finished it like 12 hours ago. Oy. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop rambling now before this gets too long, and hopefully I can edit something for you guys and have it up tomorrow. Alright, happy reading. Like this video, please. And subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I post videos primarily on Tuesday and Friday, sometimes Sunday, and other days if I have extra stuff, like this will probably be an extra. Yeah, so happy reading guys, and I will talk to you in the comments.